And we're on.
Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am your co-commentator for tonight, XDG Mando 1992, and I am joined by the one and only Stars Orphan. Tonight we are at Abu Dhabi, going around the Yas Marina circuit, which is in length 3.2 miles long. Holds 60,000 fans, but there's clearly more today. But anyway, how are we doing today, Star?
Not too bad, mate. Been doing a lot of practice myself for this race, actually, as it goes.
Yeah, I've done a little bit. I'm still a bit nervy around turn 2, but rest of the track does seem to be fine, so we'll just have to see how it goes on Tuesday for us.
Yep. I'm hopeful. I want to do well for myself, and I obviously, as you're my teammate, I want you to do well as well. Keep this McLaren run of our whole team going, actually, leading the current overall standings. And obviously we've got CRF1 Eastern today and Quirky Turtle for McLaren, so they'll be hoping to keep up that run here today.
This Crazy Fish has gone out. Hudson has retired.
Must have a quality ban. Because that's the only reason I could think of.
Let me have a look.
We're on board with Crazy Fish in the Williams here. So, yep. So, good evening. Vettel, how are you feeling for today? Is it a track you like? We've got a full grid here tonight, 20 drivers, which is good to see. Beginning of qualifying 1. Got Crazy Fish on his out lap here, just about to start his flying lap in the Williams, and we'll jump on board with him as he's about one of only 3 drivers out on track at the moment. We've got Monster Maggie and no shows as well, so we're coming into down the straight here into turn 1.
Yes, JJ Hudson has got a quality ban.
Yeah. Let's see how he handles the Mr. Whippy corner on this track. He handles it pretty well.
This Div 1, if they've been out there, then they've got some answers to to make up for the questions we'll give them later on.
Doesn't matter what division you are, you can still spin there. I've seen really good drivers spin there. How's he doing? It's been a smooth lap so far from Crazy Fish. Coming to the end of sector 2 there. Just long, slow left-hander. Takes that reasonably well. Uses the middle of the track there. Could have probably gone a little bit tighter, but coming to the final sector now. This twisty little intricate part of the track under the hotel. Coming around the final bend now. Normally can go flat there, but he didn't take it flat. But 24.6 there, a reasonable time. Right, we'll go on board with no shows in the Mercedes. What's he doing? He's coming into the end of sector 3 now, so he'd be next across the line. What can he do? Can he go faster than Crazy Fish? Coming up to the line now. It's looking like he may just do it. Yes, he does, by about a tenth. And a bit.
Next one round is Corey.
one's in the pit at the moment, so it'll be a mad dash out probably soon. Corey Marshall on the lap, Ferrari.
Just a car going slow. All that yellow flag was. I'll tell you what, he seems to be taking some of these corners pretty hard. Well, these apexes.
Mm.
Oh, he's just invalidated it.
Oof. That is a slight invalidation there. You'd be disappointed with that one.
Just pushing a little bit too hard.
Just went a little bit too wide there, but that was really close there. You'd be gutted about that one. Because he wasted a set of tyres there. You know. Well, we've got Monster Maggie, we've got Matthew Core on a lap.
Yep, he's just
gone. Oh, he's lost it!
He spun it.
Oh, he spun it! He's out! Turned on just as he...
Turn 1? How did you crash at turn 1?
Unbelievable. Just turned on to him and then he crashes. Commentator's lap there. Oh.
I could see it happening at turn 2, but turn 1, come on.
Yeah. That is a strange one to lose it there. He's going to be absolutely go because he's definitely one of the guys who you'd say would have the pace around here to be top 3.
That's a bit like losing it on the chicane section at the end of sector 2.
Yeah.
How do you lose it there?
Well, I'm sure he'll tell us afterwards in the chat. But yeah, he's got to be disappointed with that one.
Very disappointed with that one.
Because he's going to be starting, well, P20 now.
So I'm just going through some stuff.
What's Vettel do? Vettel goes fastest at a 24.4. These times though aren't. Oh, these times aren't mega fast, eh? I don't know, because I was expecting them in the 23s at least.
They're either sandbagging it because they're scared of turn 2, or me and you are just pretty quick. Just to put in reference, we're Division 5.
Yeah.
And we done a bit of testing on quali pace, and we were getting low 25s to sort of high to mid 24s. And we're Div 5, which is the lowest, and this is Div 1, and they're setting 24.4s.
Yeah.
So,
well, the first part of qualifying, I could do a 25 flat. So that's why I was shocked at the times, really.
they've got some more pace in them.
Yeah, surely. He's gone third fastest ever with a 24.5, so...
Milan just gone underneath the hotel.
Nobody is setting the world on fire at the moment.
Milan coming round to finish his lap.
Milan, quickest there, 24.295. So, let's see. What is pitching match?
Evo's gone out on the mediums.
Legends has invalidated his lap, so I'm going to look to see.
I'm going to stay on board here with Evo because I'm pretty interested to see what he can do on the medium tyre when he actually goes around and starts his lap.
We've got Pigeon Munch going purple middle first sector. So looking at a good first sector there from Pigeon Munch.
Turn 1 for Musical. He didn't drop it. So, Musical. For Evo. That's good. Evo didn't drop it. Evo. He runs wide though. Oh! Over the bump. And he slowed down. He's backed out of it.
Well, Pigeon Munch has gone purple. Looking a very good
Legend starting his lap.
Looking a very good lap here from Justin Martin driver.
Oh!
You get this sector free.
2. Legend spinner.
Well, I'm not shocked at that at the moment with Legends. No disrespect to the Gaelic, but it's a very good lap there from Pigeon Munch. 24-1. An even better lap there from Caesar Wizard at 23.9. So we're getting into the 23s now, finally.
IGN Legend spun the car so much he actually ended up in like the first row on the other side of the track.
Corey Marshall coming towards the line now. What can he do? He messed up his first run. Oh no. He's messed up that run as well. A 36.8. What is going on with Corey Marshall here today? Evo didn't do
that
well.
was just a banker lap. He's going round for another one. He didn't use any ERS there. Setup seems heavy at the front, but he's kept it valid this time though.
Yeah, Legend's gonna have to go around again.
As he goes on the long straight. This is Evo. Using all of his DRS and ERS. Going around the chicane bit, keeps it nice and tidy. IGN Legends disqualified from this session for blocking the pits.
Oh, no.
God, oh! There was a Ferrari coming back on track and nearly ended up in the front of Evo. But veered off at the last second. So what's Evo going to set? He goes down the hill. Oh, he didn't improve. Well, he improved his time, but not his position.
It's a good time
24/7.
On a medium. Hush in the pit. Steph UAP Gamer is on a lap in the Haas. Currently not set a lap yet. Got 4 minutes of qualifying 1 to go. So he really needs to get a lap on the board now. Because it's going to be
turn 2, turn 3. Keeps it nice and tidy. Runs it a little bit wide though. He kept it in bounds. He's purpled sector 1. Murphy's AMS Easty. The end of sector 2. Just keeping it on the white lines. Nicely through there. Oh, just inside. He's really ragging the neck of this car.
Steffi Weapon Gamer 25 for lap there, so that's P10 for Haas driver. Easty,
Purple sector 2 for Easty. He comes around the final couple of corners. Very nicely through there, under the hotel. Keeps it very nicely through there. Just keeps it inbounds as well. Oh, and the same again. And across the line. Goes third with a 24-2. That's a good time. He can tire on that, I'd say. My display's a bit broken. Because it's saying that Easty has done no laps on a set of softs when he has.
Strange. Same here.
And it was saying that Unity Hush was still in the pits even though he was halfway round the lap. For an outlap, basically.
Well, Predouts is on a lap in the Haas, so he's currently not set a time here yet. So, along with Unity Hash, Quirky Turtle.
Quirky Turtle's still in the pits, apparently.
Yep. Coming around the final few corners now. Predouts.
Turn 1 for Unity. Keeps it nice and tidy. Turn 2. Into turn 3. Nicely done through there. Keeps it really inbounds of the track. Nicely done. He should be super quick.
Good time there for
nice
Predouts.
line through there.
Third fastest. Oh, a 124.190. So what is Unity doing?
He's so close together from P1 to 7.
Two Ferrari drivers in danger of going out here. Musical Rocket has left the session again. Really struggling with connection right now.
Krakow Racing on the stream has just put no shy for the win. No, we'll just have to see how that goes.
Well, he's currently in 9th place. He's pretty much safely through. Come up to the line, 24-1 there from Unity. So he is through. What can Corey Marshall do? He has to be this time now, and he does a 24-4, so he just about gets through.
2, 1.
I'm not sure.
And that's the checkered flag for end of quali.
But Corey Marshall's had 3 runners at that time. So
Berkey's out.
Yeah.
He never set a lap.
Yeah, been dropping out connection wise. Don't know if he's been sent an invite back. Just double check to see if he's been invited.
So Steffi needs to improve here. As Steffi comes into the pit, so there we are. Here is your top 15 drivers going into Q2, starting from the bottom. 15th we have Monster Maggie. 14th we have Evo. 13 Crazy Fish. 12 Grunty. 11 No Shows. 10 Vettel. 9 Corey Marshall. 8 Easton. 7 Musical Rocket. 6 Milan. 5 East E. Not Eastern, East E. P4 we have Predouts. 2 Pigeon Munch. Sorry, 3 Pigeon Munch, 2 Unity, and 1 Caesar Wizard. So unfortunately, we do lose those bottom drivers. Let's just see what they can do for the race.
Good lap there from Caesar Wizard, though. Shocked everyone there. So the best lap so far has been a 23.9. So, see what they can do in qualifying 2. I'm imagining that they'll go a lot faster in qualifying 3. Track beds down.
I've invited Steffi to the comms box.
What for?
Just to go through and see what was happening.
Fair enough.
You know, it's just a nice bit of insight. So here we are into Q2. Who's going to go out first? Got some movement from no-shows in the garage. So who's going out? I can't see if anyone else is going out. As Rocket rejoins.
Just hope and pray now that he can stay in.
The Alpha of Eastie's going out, I think. Crazy Fish is out. Yeah, it is Eastie. So you have Eastie, Pigeon, Vettel, Corey, no-shows, and Crazy Fish all out on track at the minute. Crazy Fish is going to be the first person round.
As per usual. He loves that camera time.
Obviously, we're not going to get a few words from Steffi Weffy Gamer, so you just have to deal without it. As Rocket rejoins again.
Probably just wants to focus on the race.
As Crazy Fish goes for his lap into turn 1. Very nice, just keeps it in play. Turn 2, doesn't spin. Number 3, keeps it nice and tight. Yeah, he still had a little bit more room on the track if he needed it, but he didn't, so that's good. Turn 4, nice through there as his teammate gets out of the way.
Teammate could have given him a tow there.
Yeah, would have been nice. So we head into the chicane. Probably cut that a little bit too much, but still looks good from this angle, so that was fine. As we head down the second straight. And straight that isn't really straight, but yeah. Of course he's going to purple it. He's setting the... he's the only car on the lap at the minute. Well, come out first, so...
Oh, he took
he took the bollard out.
Yeah. Using all of the track.
Yeah, but you're not meant to hit the bollard.
What's he going to do? We're 20.4.
4-4. Just think of that bollard as a concrete bollard. You wouldn't want to hit
Easty
it.
drops it on the line.
Where did Easty drop it?
On the line.
Really?
Last corner. I switched to him.
Oh yeah, I see his car.
Twice I've done that now. I switched to the driver and he's crashed.
Hold on. His car finished over the line. Shouldn't it still count as a lap time?
I don't know. It crossed the line. Damaged.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
in the horse racing. If you fall off your horse and your horse still crosses the line, it still counts.
He is at.
But he is absolutely fuming with himself.
You looked at the car though. It looked undamaged. I mean,
No, I saw it. The wheel come off.
from what the camera angle I had, it looked as though the car had been undamaged. I don't know if the back one came off, but
No, the front one did. It was hanging over the front wing. 24-2 for Milan.
got to come up to the line. What can he do? 24.5 goes third fastest.
On board with Evo, goes across the line, goes 10th with a 1:47.2. That's obviously just a banker lap. He's gone out on a set of used mediums. So if he's hoping he can get through on a set of scrubbed tyres. Mind you though, look at Vettel. He's just done a 24.5 on a set of mediums.
Predals almost lost it then. Coming hit the curb. He's on his outlap.
Right, I'll be back in a minute.
No problem. Well, we're about to see some of the drivers coming out now. All on outlaps of stuff at the moment. Predats, I believe, is going to be the first guy to set a lap of the ones that are on outlaps. So we'll stay on board with the Haas driver here as he starts his lap coming into turn 1. He takes that nicely, coming up here through the chicane. He takes that very nicely, flat out pretty much, and goes purple first sector for Predouts. So it's looking a very tidy lap so far in sector 1. Can he get sector 2 right now? The key thing then will be sector 3, the most difficult part of the track. This is pretty much one chicane and 2 flat straights really, so not too difficult. With this new part of the track here, you've lost the chicane that was once there. I think it's a lot better track now, more flowing. Oh, he was very close to invalidating there. He went over the line, it seemed. Yeah, he hit the curb there, went a bit too deep on the braking. Really throwing that car around. I thought it was much. Yeah, he was on the limit there. Yeah, gets out of the way of the Williams. He was coming into the pits anyway. Oh, unfortunate. Musical Rocket's gone again. Really. Caesar Word goes fastest there again. 23.9. Really loving this track. Caesar. Vettel is coming back into the pits, so we'll try and find somebody who's on a lap. Looks like Easton. Easton's coming into sector 3. He's just about to start his lap, I think. Because that lap time there surely is not a lap. So we'll stay on board with Easton this time. McLaren driver. The only McLaren driver at the moment is Quirky Turtle. I think he's having problems as well with internet. There's a purple first sector for Easton. Did say in the McLaren garage that he was liking this track, and he did feel that he would be strong here today. So yep, let's see what you can do here in qualifying 2.
Right, so about that, I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, unfortunately, Musical Rocket is out of the race. Due to some
Connection issues.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I don't know whether a lobby restart would help. I don't know, but
he might have to just restart his router, leave it off for a couple of minutes. Easton 23.6. These are the times that they should be setting.
yeah, we were on board with it, and he is flying in that McLaren. But that's got Caesar Wizard's nose up there. No shows there. He's starting a lap. He's done a 24.4.
This track is definitely getting quicker.
Mm-hmm. Always tends to in qualifying 2 and 3. There's more rubbers bedded down. But you got to feel that these drivers here, Predout's still yet to set a lap. He messed up the last run he had in the final sector, so he was definitely on the limit in sector 3. I could see it the way he was driving the car. So yeah,
What can Predouts do? Hit the chicane there pretty hard on that first corner. The car moving out the way of Predouts as Milan retires from the session. We've definitely got to be looking at a 24.4 to get through, haven't we? Anything below that, you'll need to go again. Sorry, above that, you'll need to go again. Right, what's Predouts just done? Goes 5th. 24.2. I think he's through. What can Mr. Pigeon do? As he goes 3rd with a 24 flat. Right, let's go on board with Vivo as he doesn't improve. See, it's weird. Evo has just set a lap, yeah? And his tyres are still showing that he hasn't used them. Just weird. But anyway, as he goes down the straight, lovely angle through there, hits that nicely. Hits that nicely as well. A little bit of bogging down there. Keeps it tight to the inside. Purple sector 2. So might be in line for a quick time here. Someone's saying down in front of him. Gets out of the way nicely though. What can he do? Oh, he's invalidated. Second to last corner. Unlucky Evo. What can Monster Maggie do? Can they get out of the drop zone?
Oh, sorry about that. I was typing in the Discord, so.
No, I thought you were doing something, but I will.
Yeah.
So at the minute, we are going to be losing Monster Maggie, Evo, Unity Hush, Easty after crashing out, and Musical Rocket for connection issues. And on the bubble at the minute is CRF1 Vettel. They need to go out and improve their time as the flag has dropped.
Monster Maggie, is he improving? Evo? No, Unity Hush is in the danger zone as well. So, currently,
I'm on board with Vettel to see if he can improve his time and force Grunty down into the drop zone.
Yep,
well,
currently
close
3
to the
tenths
drop
up.
zone.
Coming up to the line now.
No,
Twitch there.
the car didn't want to turn there.
He does improve. It's
24-0. As Unity Hush is out. P11.
Yeah, he did improve, but not enough. Unity.
We've now Grunty on the bubble. P10. What can our Monster Maggie and Evo are in the pits. So that is.
Grunty gets through.
So going out of this session is in P11 is Unity Hush. In P12 is Monster Maggie. P13 is SLR Evo. P14 AMS East E. And P15 is Musical Rocket. Your top 10 going through to Q3 are starting from 10th place. We have Grunty. 9th, no shows. 8th. Oh, didn't quite catch it there. 8th, Crazy Fish. 7th, Pre-Doubts. 6th, Milan. 5th, Corey Marshall. 4th, Vettel. 3rd, Gigi Munch. 2nd, Caesar Wizard. And your pole sitter at the minute for Q2 is CRF1 Eastern. Do we think that Eastern is going to win this? We're taking all the bias out of it, obviously being McLaren.
Well, he did say that this is one of his favourite tracks beforehand. He said that it is a pad track, which he is on a pad, so yeah, he could be one of the favourites along with Caesar. But there again,
do you reckon Caesar will take pole off of Eastern?
Well, that is another interesting question, because we didn't see the pace from Easton in the first part of qualifying. Maybe he was holding it back a little bit, but Yeah, he's definitely found some now. And I think Caesar Wizard was shocked at that, probably.
I was as well when I saw that time. Burst into the mid-23s. Right, who's coming out first? I can see movement further down in the Alpine garage. Williams' garage is.
Oh, did Vettel get out there?
First one out isn't actually Crazy Fish this time.
I know. I was just going to say.
It's Pre-Doubts.
Pre-Doubts. He's battling with Vettel to go first.
Calm down, guys. It's only qualifying. He's not like the race or anything.
Mm.
Vettel trying to take him down the inside.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
And Vettel spins.
Vettel spun.
He shouldn't have tried it. A bit naughty there from Vettel.
He has the right to do it though, but
No, he doesn't.
I
really.
wouldn't have attempted it.
You're supposed to let the car in front, who if you're both on laps, the car in front gets the.
Well, if he's quicker, he's entitled to overtake.
No. He's got to make space behind if he's quicker.
As we go over the line for Pre-Doubts' lap. First corner as we got Aston Martin coming out the pit. Nicely through there. Second corner, very nicely done. Third. Oh! He was lucky there, nearly lost it. As the Aston Martin kindly moves out the way. The RS wide open. Using all that ERS as well. As we go into the chicane at 10-2. Nicely done through there. Could use a little bit more of the track though. Down the straight that actually isn't straight. Nicely done through there. Didn't lose a lot of speed. As we go underneath the hotel. So another bit, it's actually quite narrow there when you think about it at the speed you're doing. So it's going to be easy to invalidate your lap times underneath the hotel there.
What can Pre-Doubts do? 24-7.
And that'll get beaten.
Yeah. 23-9 for Vettel. Definitely got beaten. And Gretzky, what's he doing?
Corey sets a 24-4.
Crazy Fish there with a 24-6.
Grunty with a 24-8. What can Milan do?
It's going slow.
There's no show sets a 24-1. And Milan comes into the pits.
Easton getting the biggest toe ever here off the Williams driver. And he's going to get another toe. Two Williams drivers giving him the toe. And he's got purple middle sector because of it. Williams.
I know they're all using Mercedes powertrains and they're aligned with Mercedes, but
yeah.
come on.
both Williams drivers helping the McLaren driver out here.
A 23.5 from Caesar Wizard.
Oh. We stay on board with Easton now. What can he do? Can he challenge the 23.5? Did go purple middle sector, and he does 23.4.
23.4.
Easton, and you have to imagine that double toe there got him the time there.
Yeah, that did obviously help.
Caesar Wizard will be absolutely looking back on the stream afterwards thinking those Williams drivers have absolutely screwed me there.
As everyone is now in the pits, apart from Caesar Wizard.
So Grunty there and
Easton.
Well, a 10
VSO
between them. Have they got another...
VSO PO in the chat has just put Williams are being bribed.
Yep.
Well, you're going to have to talk to the Williams drivers about that. Unfortunately, I can't give you any information about that, but go and speak to them. I'm pretty sure they will.
Yep. The check was received and cashed when we sent it. Yeah.
I wonder how much it was for, though. As Predoubts and Crazy Fish have gone out for another run. They're probably looking at 2 runs here.
Predoubts 24.7 in first part of qualifying. I believe he can go faster. Perhaps it was on a worn set of tyres, you never know.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if Easton and Caesar Wizard have got fresh tyres for this final run as well.
I don't think Easton has. I know that Wizard does.
Well, 2 drivers still yet to set a time are Milan and Pigeon Munch, who Pigeon Munch was 3rd, I believe, in Quali 2, so you'd expect him to set a decent time here today in Quali 3.
I wonder if the Williams will give him a tow.
No, they didn't pay him like we did.
As we go down to the end of the straight, that actually isn't straight.
Hello, Matty.
And more or less the long hairpin turn.
How are you, mate? Having a good evening. Come to join us here in the final part of qualifying.
Hey, Matty, how are we doing? Thank you for joining in. As we're in the last sector, second to last corner, takes it nicely, keeps it really in bounds, goes around the final corner, nicely done through there, using all the track, and goes
makes a massive improvement there with a second almost for
23.7.
23.7. He goes 3rd fastest there, knocks Patel down to 4th. So Patel now on an outlap, so he knows that he has to improve by 5 tenths to get pole here today.
Right, the others need to come out now, I'd say. As Milan is coming out. Pigeon is still in the pits.
Or on board Corey Marshall
leaving.
in the Ferrari. Can he improve his time? Done 24.4 first run. Going around the final few corners now. What can he do? Has he improved? Can he get into the...
Easton's coming out.
Yes, it's a 23.7 there from Corey Marshall. Goes 3rd fastest. no shows is on a lap. He's a tenth and a bit up on his time of 24.1, so he needs to find a bit more time to beat Vettel. I believe he's got Vettel behind him, who's on an outlap.
Oh, then Matt.
Oh, he goes wide there. I knew that was going to be an invalidation, and that's it for no shows. Unless he can get a lap out of this, but you imagine with lower ERS, that'll be it for him.
Yes, Matt, you get your homework done before you start watching this. But it's nice that you're here anyway.
Well, we're on board with Patel now. This is his final run in qualifying 3. Can he challenge the top 5 here and move himself up? He's at less than, well, about just over half a tenth up on his time. He's going to get a nice little bit of a tow there from the Mercedes driver. He does get a little bit of a tow there, so that could help him big time.
Alright, let's see what Caesar Wizard can do when he comes across the line. What can he do for his outlap? Oh, that's fine, no.
Patel is just less than half a tenth up now, so he hasn't found much improvement on his time. Can he make it up in this final sector? And a little bit deep there. I think that's going to compromise his exit into here. And can he make it up for the last couple of corners? He's got to find at least 2 tenths to move himself up. And he comes across the line. He does find 2 tenths, but that does move him up to P3 on the grid, a tenth behind P2. And Easton is on a lap, along with Caesar Wizard. Caesar Wizard's ahead of him, so let's see what Caesar Wizard's doing in sector 2.
Can he find 2 tenths of an improvement to go ahead of Easton?
He's found almost a tenth there, Caesar.
That's not good enough though. He needs
he can make
about
up
a tenth and a half.
He can make it up in this final sector if the Ferrari doesn't get in the way. He's taking that a little nice and tight, so he's finding time here in this final sector.
That Ferrari's
around the final few corners, and there's a spin. No!
Oh
no! And it's cost him pole. A spin there of Corey Marshall, but Easton has got pole position now, and despite not improving his lap, he has got pole position, and that is going to frustrate Caesar Wizard so much, because on the last corner Corey Marshall drops it and it blocks his lap despite being up on his time. He would have got pole but for that spin, and that is an exciting end to the qualifying. We've got no shows though. Is he improving his time? He is improving by 2.5 tenths coming across the line. And he's lost it on the final corner. They're all losing it there. That would have been an improvement, just about a get ahead of FRR Milan. But yeah,
I feel so sorry for Caesar. There was absolutely nothing that Corey Marshall could do. He was sort of he was just coming out of the spin when Caesar hit his car. I know it was in the way, but in that situation you can't do nothing about it if you're the car that has literally just spun.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do. And that is your qualifying 3. What an end to the qualifying there. Caesar
so
Wizard.
on the front row we have on the front row we have Easton and Caesar Wizard. On the second row we have Vettel and Corey Marshall. On the third row we have Pidgey Munch and Predouts. Fourth row Milan and No Shows, and your fifth row rounding out the top 10 is Crazy Fish and Grunty.
What an end to qualifying 3 there. I feel for Caesar Wizard there. He was literally going to get pole. And yeah, the F1 gods said no.
Not today. Not today, Julian.
But he's still well set for this race. He definitely has got the pace for this win here today.
Can he get Easton off the line though?
A battle between him and Easton, if they both get away, it's going to be very, very interesting.
It looks a bit cloudy out.
Yeah, there's no rain coming here, trust me.
Well, you never know. There's that very small percentage. I know it's only like 5%, but it's still 5%. It just looks super cloudy out. It reminded me of our race in Canada, where it started off dry and then just ended up being wet towards the end.
Yeah, that could have helped me. Get P2.
It wouldn't help you here, though.
Yeah. I'd love to just try racing this in the wet to see what it's like. Just roll
perhaps, perhaps we can do like a social race in the wet here once the season has ended, or do
all the desert tracks
for the next game. Do all the desert tracks in the wet.
Yeah.
Just for something different. I'd like to see what turn 3, that long sweeping right-hander, would be like in the wet. It's bad enough doing it in the dry, but doing it in the wet is a whole different question. As Thor comes into the chat and says, "Let's go, Alpine."
Well, unfortunately, one Alpine is going to be missing for this race.
Yeah. I did see Muddy, though, rejoin the lobby.
Muddy?
Not Muddy. Musical.
Yeah, I believe he's going to join and retire on track. Well, not on track, but in the pits. How you doing, Form? You got your practice in for the race? Just rumours, mate. It's all lies. Well, we've got the timer has started, so here we go. We're getting this race underway. What an end to qualifying 3 we had. If that is anything to go by for the race, then we should have a very good race here today. So we're about to start off from the back, and if you want to take us through that, Mando.
So starting from the back, as there's a spinning Alpine in the background, I don't know what happened there. So starting from the back of the grid, we have Mr. Spin-A-Lot himself, IGN Legends, followed by Quirky Turtle, who had some connection issues and wasn't able really to get a time in. 18th we have Matthew. 19th we had Hudson after the quali ban. He seems to be 17th after the other cars crashed out. 16th we have Steffi Weffy Game crashing out. Well, not crashing out, but going out in Q1. Followed by a Musical Rocket that keeps spinning on track. 14, Easty. 13, Evo. 12, Monster Maggie. 11, Unity Hush. And your top 10 of 10 is Grunty. So the two Williams are 9 and 10th. With Crazy Fish in 9th. No Shows in 8th. Milan in 7th. Pre-Doubts in 6th. First of the Aston Martins in P5. Corey Marshall in the Ferrari in P4. Vettel in the Alpine for P3. The second of the Aston Martins in P2. And joining him on the front row in pole position is RSF1 Eastern. As they are just pulling up to their grid slots now. All doing the last minute burnouts as Milan gets disqualified, obviously for overshooting his box.
We have 5 tiers in this league, mate. All running from Monday to Thursday. If you want to sign
ironically, most of the commentators are Div 5.
Yeah. We're about to start this race here.
1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights, and away we go.
Caesar got an amazing start there, but
looks like a fantastic start from Easton as well.
Yeah, they're going into turn 1 pretty safely there as we switch back. And there's a big spin in the Haas. He's straight into the wall there.
He's pre-doubts.
And he's out of this race already. So he lost it on just after turn 1. So at the moment, Easton's leading this race. But it looks like Vettel's got the move done on Caesar Wizard, who goes wide. And but he's trying to come back.
Grunty's dropped down the list. Grunty's a spinner.
And we've got
and Marshall.
Is it a safety car or no? Nope, it's not a safety car. As we get back underway, there's a yellow flag in sector 1. They're clearing that, so no safety car. As it looks like Vettel's making a move on Easton here for the lead. He's gone up 2 places already. Easton lets him through, but as Easton's struggling to get these hard tyres going, I just noticed that he's on the hard tyre. He's going to let Vettel go. Maybe it's a bit of teamwork from the Williams and McLaren here today. Giving each other toes and stuff like that earlier.
So all the cars around Easton are on the mediums down to P7.
Caesar Willard now on these medium tyres. Surely he's going to think that he can get the move done on Easton. As Rocket retires from the session, unfortunate for him because of the internet connection problems that he had. And
we have a safety car.
There's a safety car. What's that for?
Actually, it might be a VSC. I think it's a VSC.
Well, everyone's taking the opportunity here to pit here in the lower orders, and perhaps it's an alternate strategy that they're going to try and pull off here now. Or some broken wings there for the Ferrari of Unity Hash. So, is it a safety car? No, it's a virtual safety car by the looks of it. I can't see the safety car on track, so yep. So back underway, and Easton on the hard tyre. He's playing the long game here. Doesn't want Vettel to get away too far. So VSC has still under VSC conditions.
Fortnite Gamer Pro, if you type in Racing Series F1.com, you should be able to find us on there.
Yeah, it's the information's there. You can see it on the Nightbot Yep, come and join us if you want to. This is Tier 1, the top league. So hopefully, I don't know what your pace is, but I'm sure we'll find a division that we can put you in. But back on the way here, we have Vattel leading this race. He made up 2 places from the start, and he's looking good here so far. But Easton's keeping up with him on the hard tyre, despite the fact that. But he is under pressure from the 2 Aston Martins here of Pigeon Munch and Caesar Willard. So hopefully the 2 teammates can work together to try and.
Oh, the Ferrari spun. Ferrari of Marshall nearly hit Legends on the way through.
Yeah, he's lost it in sector 1 there. He's trying to get back underway on the hard tyre.
As Wizard takes Easton.
Yeah, Easton's he's not struggling, it's just that he hasn't seems to have the straight line speed.
He's on a harder tyre though.
Yeah, look at that, he's just flying through on the inside there, the Aston Martin. And
Aston Martin.
Aston Martin.
As the other Aston Martin, the Pigeon Munch goes through.
But like I say, Easton will have the medium tyres later on in this race, so that's when he'll be.
No shows to Milan. No shows down the inside. Milan didn't leave him enough room there.
Just about got it done. Easty all over the back of the Williams driver of Crazy Fish there, trying to get this move done. Maybe he'll set him up on this main straight here. Although the Williams driver did get good exit there. Although he is burning his ERS here to try and get the move done. Can he get the move done on the Williams driver? He's going side by side. It looks like he's going to have to dive it, and he just about gets the move done. That's a lovely little move there from Easty. He's making his way up through this field.
Looks like we were going to go 3 wide there for a minute.
Look at that. Hudson has made up 10 places from the start.
Crazy Fish loses a place to Evo. Seems like the tyre at the minute to be on is the medium.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you look at the
sector
changes.
3. Yellow sector 3. Oh, it's the Alpine of Vettel. Vettel spun out.
Oh no. From the lead, Vettel has spun out. So that is a disaster there for him. And El Plan is not working here today, unfortunately for the Alpines. We've got Musical Rocket out, and now Patel from the lead of this race is down into P10. He's going to have a huge job on his hand now to try and fight his way back up. Yeah, you see McLaren of Quirky Turtle, who started quite far down.
How does Fortnite join the Discord server?
Send me who wants to join? So Discord. Are you on Xbox? If you're on Xbox, search for Stars Orphan 6 and I'll get you an invite to the Discord.
We'll do it after the comms if that's okay.
Yeah. Just search for my name on Xbox and I'll send you an invite.
As we got Matthew on Monster Maggie, gonna go around the outside of the chicane, gets the inside line. They're leaving each other just enough room. And Matthew gets it. Fantastic racing.
Yeah, Matthew,
well done you two for keeping it so clean.
Matthew, a very fast driver, and he was disappointed going out in qualifying 1 on that crash. You know, he's trying to fight his way back up through this field, but he has got a mountain. No shows! It's gone!
No,
Sector
no
three.
shows. No
Looks like
safety
the
car or
last
VSC
corner.
though.
It's not showing him on there. Switching back. Can't see where his car is. Must have got rid of his car pretty quickly. And no shows for the win here today. Is not going to get that win. Oh, we're back on with the leader, Caesar Willard, who Easton is still with this group on the hard tyre. So, like I said, Easton is looking very good for this victory here today, barring a safety car, right? Easton is looking very good for the win here today. Oh, he's in the pit lane.
Apparently no shows was in the pit lane.
He DNF'd into the pit lane, did he?
That's what people are saying in the chat.
Oh, that's why we couldn't see him. Yep, Caesar with it now. He's starting to bridge a gap now to his teammate. His teammate's been dropped out of that 1 second barrier now. Vision match.
His teammate is just trying to hold off Easton now.
Oh, Easton's coming around on the outside. Just seen it there.
Yeah.
Lovely move there from Easton.
Those tyres must be coming into play then.
Yeah, the hard tyre. I mean, a tyre wear around here is quite heavy. But like I say, if Easton can stay in contention with the two Austin Martins, then he is looking good for this second half of this race.
Evo takes Hudson. As the field is just starting to spread out a little bit now.
Yeah, it's got a little bit quiet now. I was just going to say that.
No one's within 4/10 other than Vettel and Crazy Fish.
Yeah, Vettel is not... made one position back up. He's trying to get back up to the leaders, but he's up against a big train now of cars. So, yeah, and he's flashing like hell now. He's got no ERS to play with. I think if I was Vettel now, I'd just sit behind this little train. And he gets to move down there on the Williams of Crazy Fish, who's up to 8th now. But, you know, I think he needs to generate some ERS. He's trying to defend this from Crazy, and he just about does. But Crazy Fish is... oh, there's contact between him and Vettel. Oh, Vettel manages to get back going again, but that's all the hard work that he's done to get back has been lost there. He's going to be under pressure from Quirky in a minute. I think there's unfortunate contact there between him and Crazy, but that'll go to the stewards afterwards.
Is Grunty overtake Steffi?
Yeah, Stars Orphan 6, yeah, on Xbox. Terrific game, yeah.
As Easton is starting to lose ground now on Wizard. So our first penalty points of the day, 3-second penalty for corner cutting, goes to Matthew.
Yeah, I'll send you an invite after the race, so yeah. Rusty Cereal, is it? Rusty Cereal?
No, nearest battle in a minute is Quirky.
Alright, so, yeah.
Was Quirky. I think Sir Spinalot has spun it.
Oh, not again. We shouldn't call
I think he did because he slowed right down.
Oh, we shouldn't call
and lost all places.
Shouldn't call him that. Oh, he is an amazing driver, Legends. I think he's trying something different in his racing style. It's trying to make him faster, but it's not working for him. As we're on board with Easton now, who's got past Pigeon Munch, who now is struggling to keep up with the McLaren driver. He's dropped out of the 1 second window there, and Easty, look at the moves that he's made. I mean, he's now up to P5 on the hard tyre. I mean, he is still in contention for this race. He did say it was going to be a first challenge for him, and it's looking like he's going to get it done because he's got the move done there on Milan. So these medium runners now are starting to struggle for pace.
10-second penalty for Unity Harsh for exceeding track limits.
Oh no.
So he's obviously majorly cut a corner.
Let's have a look at this. 10 places he's made up along with Hudson. And Quirky Turtle is another one who's made up a lot of places. But Easty to be only what? To leader. Easty to leader is only 6 seconds behind, or nearly 7 seconds behind. That's amazing.
What can Vettel do against Quirky here as they go around the last corner? Oh! Vettel nearly lost it at the last corner. Getting caught out by the dirty air of the McLaren from Turtle.
Yeah, Evo's caught up to Milan now.
Spinner sector 3. IGN Legends again.
Yeah.
His tyres must be screaming.
Yeah, Evo has got the move done on Milan. Milan's starting to drop back now on these hard medium
Vettel got the move done on Turtle. Done it going into the chicane. Turtle's coming back at him though. Round the outside. IGN Legends spinning out again. As Vettel keeps the place. Hudson takes Milan. Easty takes Pigeon.
I think they're put in now. Milan.
Hudson takes Pigeon. Crazy Fish takes Pigeon.
Yeah, they're pitting.
Okay. Pigeon's in the pits.
Yeah. They're going to take him.
I was about to say, what's going on here? Why is he dropping so much? I just realised he's in the pits.
I tell you what though, these hard runners who started on the hards from the beginning, they brought themselves so much into this race. I mean, starting on the hards has been a massive stroke for some of these drivers.
Starting on the hards, it didn't seem like they would have the advantage, but they started getting the advantage 6 laps in.
At first it was like, you know, the medium runners were just pacey as hell, but as soon as the tyre wear went around about lap 6, 7, 8, it's been the hard runners all the way. I mean, and the thing that they got to look forward to is the medium tyre afterwards. It's like I say,
they got a yellow sector 3.
Very slow.
There's IGN Legend spun again coming out last corner. Yeah.
Good work.
As Easton now takes the lead, Caesar pitting.
Into the pits now, Caesar with it on lap 12. Onto the hards now, to the end. We're on board with our crazy fish. And a couple of drivers choosing to pit there. But that's brought Quirky Turtle up to P6 on the hard tyre in the other McLaren. So McLaren pulled off a master stroke here today, got started on the hards. Quirky having to start all that way down because of the qualifying issue. But yeah, it's looking good for the McLaren team here today. Unfortunately, Rocket had some problems with his internet here today, and yeah, hopefully he'll be back next week. Well, what lap will Easton pit on? I mean, he's got at least, I'd say, they're pitting on lap 12. You're looking at 8, 9, so that'd be 16, 17 laps be on these hard tyres. So probably got another 4 laps to go before he thinks about pitting.
You can go hard soft here as Evo gets a 3-second time penalty.
So who's closest on action here? Evo is right on the back of FRR Milan, who is struggling at the end of that stint on the medium tyre.
You can take these to lap 20 and then put the hards on. Hards, put the softs on.
I don't know. Judging by how quick those medium tyres dropped off, I don't think I'd want to take the softs 10 laps. If I'm on, sorry, 9 laps.
No, you can do it. You'll be slow towards the end on them, but you can do it.
I mean, you can probably, but I just said I'd rather go on mediums.
Oh,
if it was
turn 3, spinner.
It's you. No, it won't.
I think it's Evo. No, it
Oh,
wasn't
Evo was.
It was Vettel.
Maybe a slight spin. Oh no! Contact between Corey Marshall and it looked like Milan, was it? He's lost his front wing. Disaster for Ferrari.
It is. Milan has lost the right end plate on his ring.
It's a safety car, isn't it? Yeah.
Is it a full-blown safety car though?
It is.
Wow.
It's a safety car. So that is gonna
Apparently 3-second time penalty.
give Easton a free pit stop here in the lead, along with Easty, to go on to the mediums. They'll pit early on those mediums, but that's basically a free pit stop there. It's going to bring everyone back into contention now, though, who are so far behind. But
and Easton can get in and out in time and stay ahead of Wizard.
That crash there for Corey Marshall, though, he was right by the pits, so he was basically got in the pits before anybody, so that could really help him there, as the others will probably come in and pit. But you've got to look at Quirky Turtle there. He is pitted. This could see Quirky move up quite a few places there, along with Caesar Wizard and Evo. But Easton is in the pits. Will he get out ahead of these drivers behind?
3-second time penalty for Easty. And for Hudson.
I don't know if Easton's going to get out ahead.
He's being held. Well, he was being held, and then his car just like disappeared. I was like, oh.
Will Easton get out ahead? No, he won't.
Looks like we're going to have another good fight in our hands then.
He doesn't get out ahead. He's going to drop a place to Caesar Wizard, along with Easty. Just about gets out ahead of as well. Yeah, I've got it for you, mate. I mean, nothing you can do about it. It's a stupid bloody internet.
Actually, and Legends picks up as 3 second.
Yeah.
This is looking good for Easton.
Hopefully, next week, hopefully it'll be sorted. Because you definitely had some pace here today.
This is why I turn my router off every week, and I leave it off for about half an hour and switch it back on. It seems to do the world all good.
That's what you gotta do, mate. Next week, hopefully, like I say, what race is it next week?
I am not sure.
Is it Imola?
It is Imola, yes.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so come back for Imola, and hopefully you'll do well there, mate.
Imola, China, Austria, Belgium, and Austria and Belgium have sprint races.
Say, musical, you've been pretty good all season in terms of pace, so you've been a little bit unlucky, I think, in certain races where you haven't got a podium. And yeah, so hopefully your luck will come next week.
Legends and Legends still out on those hard tyres though.
Yeah. Well, we've got, what, 12 laps to go of this race, and the safety car, the first safety car of the day.
Is the safety car coming in this lap?
Well, he's still got Matthew to catch up to the pack, but I believe he will just about catch up now. So I think it probably will be in this lap. Although we haven't got the message so far. So I'm assuming that we're going around for another lap. Yeah. So another
They
lap.
now wait for all cars. So it will be in after this lap. There's Vettel and Legends pit.
Getting the freshest tyres possible.
Vettel's gone on mediums. And so has Legends. They won't be able, well, they might be able to catch up to the back in time.
So everyone just keep their tyres nice and warm now for this restart. And
11 laps to go.
well, it's going to be an interesting fight between the top three. Safety car is in this lap, so here we go. Top three here. Caesar Willard on the hard tyre. He's got a very fast Easton and Easty behind him, as well as the championship leader Hudson behind him. So, but Easty has a 5-second penalty, I believe, and Hudson also has a penalty, and Evo. So it will be, in terms of penalties, a straight shootout between Easton and Wizard. But like I say,
so everyone has a 3-second penalty apart from Hush. Hush has 10 seconds.
right, so he's gone, Caesar Willard, by the looks of it. He went very early there, he caught Easton napping, and it looks as though almost contact there between Easton and Hudson as they came around the final corner, but they just about get it through that final corner unscathed. But Easton is right on the gearbox of Caesar Willard. He's got those medium tyres right at the temperature in terms of the hards, and he is trying to get this move done early. Does sit right behind
Have we got a spinner?
Caesar. Is he going to use all of his ERS now to try and get this move done? Can he get it done? He's going to have to go late on the brakes here, but no, he decides to just wait patiently there. He's going to try and get the better exit here, and he does get the better exit. He's really got so much pace on those medium tyres, and he just sails past the Caesar Willard there. So now it looks like Milan is making a move on Quirky Turtle down there. Quirky Turtle lost 2 places off the start. Corey Marshall there also dropping down. I don't know why, maybe he had a spin, I don't know, but he's got a car on the outside there, the Haas of Steffi Weffy Gamer. If we look back there, doesn't quite get the move done. Steffi trying to make moves early on in this safety car restart, as Easton sets the fastest lap of the race at 26.580. So back onto the leaders here, and we've got Easty there. He's trying to get the move done on Caesar Willard as well. He's got those fresh mediums as well, 94 lap old. But
Could you munch on Crazy Fish? He's all getting a bit close there, but as they come down the straight, is he near enough to challenge before they get to the bottom?
Look at the back there! Looked like big contact there between Ferrari and...
As the Aston Martin of Pigemunch goes down the inside, they can give each other just enough room. Nicely done.
Yeah, tell sales pass there. But it looked like something happened in the back there. I couldn't quite see what it was. Just caught my eye at the last second.
Grunty and Monster Maggie tries going around the outside, but didn't have the traction out there.
He's still sat behind Caesar Willard. He still hasn't got the move done. He's desperate to try and get this move done because he can see Easton flying off into the distance, but he's desperately trying to hold on for Hudson. So these medium runners now, like it was at the beginning of the first stint, so much more pace over the hard runners at the moment. He's got the DRS enabled now, so hopefully this will be the chance that Easty wants, because he's going to get the DRS assistance now down this main straight. Can he get this move done? That's a picture match is gone. Could it be another safety car?
Safety car.
It is another safety car. That is going to Well, put the cat amongst pigeons now, because what is everyone going to do now? With 8 laps to go, surely the leaders are not going to pit. It's like I say, Pigeon Munch was having such a good race. Look at that, oh, Easty was just about to set himself up for the move on Caesar Wizard. That safety car there saved Caesar Wizard there from an attack there from but look at that, he's trying to overtake under the safety car there. That's I don't know why.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, softs will go to the end apparently, according to Rocket. But I can't see anyone doing it because you don't want to lose track position. I can see the ones further down.
I can see doing it is Legends.
I can see the ones down here maybe, but even them, they're not pitting. I mean, Patel's risking it by the looks of it.
That's harsh.
I suppose you got to in P13. Yep, the soft tyres for the Alpine Plan, as the Alpines will say. Unity Hush also going for the soft tyre. Not a good day for the Ferraris here today. Corey Marshall has had many a spin today. Well, we're about to move into lap 2 under the safety car here. So, probably be one more.
Wait for the 3 cars at the back to catch up.
Yeah. Quite a way back.
This might be the last one.
For all his spins today, Legend, he's still in the race. He's still in P14. I mean, just outside of the points at the moment, but
Right, looks like we're going to have one more lap onto the safety car, unless it's called late.
well, this race is still very much up in the air at the moment. How long will these medium tyres last? That's the question. I mean, I will Caesar Wizard come back at Eastern now, as this tyre wear starts to favour him. This safety car will help him big time, because the benefit of those medium tyres is drastically falling away, whereas the hard tyres will be coming into their own. So this really helps Caesar Wizard here.
His Legend pitted. He's gone on to a set of new mediums. Can Easton maintain his lead into the end to get valuable points for McLaren and their title constructors fight?
Well, he's raced a pretty good race so far, you have to say. Along with Caesar Wizard as well. They've both been the top 2 drivers here today. As the safety car is coming in this lap, so we're back into racing now for 6 more laps of this race. It has pretty much flown by. And when will Easton go? Caesar Wizard was the guy leading them off the previous safety car, but this time it's Easton's turn. So two-time RSF1 champion.
Is he going to start backing them up now and let the safety car go and then go super early, or is he going to go super late?
I think he's gone the same time as what Aston Martin went. Very early. I think that's just the way to do it by the looks of it, because it gives you such a good exit off the final corner. He has absolutely flown away from Caesar with it. Easty right behind.
Hush spun.
On board with the leaders. He's going to try and make the move on Caesar Wizard on the outside here. Can he get the move done? He's going to have to go all the way round. I don't think he can. He hasn't got the overspeed yet. He's going to sit right behind him in the slipstream. And they're both probably burning ERS. Yes, they both are. He's trying to burn ERS here to stay in P2. And Easty's going for the move on the inside. He's going late on the brakes. He's going to have to cover the inside line there. And he just about does. And he gets the move done. Nice driving there from the two of them. And Hudson got the move done on Caesar there. Hudson's having a look at Easty. Oh no, Steffi might be at contact somewhere.
And Maggie.
Oh no.
Safety car.
Corey Marshall's gone as well. Unity Hush coming up to it. There's another safety car. Oh, just about avoids it. There's a huge smash there between the two of those drivers by the looks of it. And Patel just about avoids it as well. That's unfortunate. We just got underway and I don't know what's happened to this race. It was going along so nicely. Suddenly it's turned into a bit of a disaster.
Grunty pits.
It is literally...
Marshall pits thought Marshall had to pit. He had front wing damage. Grunty just put the softs on.
Corey Marshall coming in for a new wing. Yep. He's had a very interesting race here today, Corey Marshall. How he is still in this race, I do not know. Honest to God. But he still is, unbelievably. Well, this must be so frustrating for the leaders here. Stop, start.
Looks like we're going to have the last 2 or 3 laps under the safety car.
Whereas the safety car benefited Caesar with it earlier. I think this safety car is now benefiting Easton and the medium runners because it's going to help them with so much with tyre wear.
Yeah.
That advantage that Caesar Willard was going to have at the end of the race has basically been neutralised by these 3 safety cars now.
Where is the safety car?
At the front.
There it is. No, I had my cursor on Easton, but it was showing me somewhere
Easton
near
there.
the back.
Don't go too close to that barrier. Oh, a little bit too close to that barrier there.
It's Hush pit.
Yeah, all these guys down here going for the soft tyre. It's the only option they've got really with all these. With only 3 laps to go. Well, we do know one thing. There will not be another safety car.
Nope.
there is a crash now.
How ironic, you've got a reddy orangey Mercedes. No, it is orange. Well, it looks orange in the sunlight. With an orange and black McLaren behind it.
To honestly, Rocket, I don't think anyone would know where anyone would be in this race.
Safety car in this lap.
This race is up in the air to anybody, really. So, Easton will be leading them off away from his namesake, Easty. So,
Easty, wow.
Oh, Easty goes almost into the back of Easton there. Very close.
He's now backed off a little bit.
Oh, he went there a little bit early. I think he knew that Easty was right on his tail. He comes around the final corner, he just about maintains the lead. It's now a straight fight out between the media runners here of Easty, Hudson and Easton. So which one of these top three are going to go on and win this race?
Thanks, Matthew. Currently falling down the grid.
Yeah, there's some going side by side, the two Ferraris there, and they just about they're still going side by side. They're still fighting so hard, the two Ferraris. They don't want to have contact between each other. As we go back on with the leader, Easton, and he is powering away from Easty at the moment, but he's trying to keep in contention with him. Again, those medium tyres working nicely there, Easton. He's only got 3 laps to go to get this victory, and he's almost up to 7/10 over Easty. But Easty there has the 5-second penalty, as well as the 3-second penalty, I believe, that Hudson's got. Oh no, he's got a 3-second Easty. I thought he had a 5-second earlier. He must have got that removed in the pit stop. But these top two could drop out because Caesar Wizard has no penalties. So it'll all be who can get to the end here with the least amount of penalties, I think.
Vettel 3 seconds.
As Crazy Fish there is making the move on Evo. I mean, he could sneak a penalty here, Crazy Fish. I mean, anyone who has got no penalties here, only a little bit behind.
Evo. His total takes Evo. Evo's tyres are done, 15 lap old hards.
Yeah.
Very much going flying down.
These soft runners are not making much ground up yet. As Evo comes back at Quirky, but Quirky's coming back at him. Don't want contact there. And he gets the move done. But will he come back at him again if he gets the... he won't get the DRS yet because there's no DRS enabled yet. But if you look back there, going side by side is the Ferrari and Vettel and Corey Marshall for the last point. Switch back on with the leaders because it looks like Easty is going for this win now because he's close to him, 3/10 there of Easton.
We've got one final lap.
This is the final lap. Yeah, can Easton hold on to the end? He has got a 3-second barrier effectively because of the penalty. So it looks like Easton should hold on, but we never know what could happen. The yellow flag is sector 3. It looks like somebody's retiring in the pits.
Legends.
Yep, it's like Caesar Wizard.
5-second penalty for a severe collision.
Oh, it's a big crash.
Crazy
Patel.
Fish.
Hudson spun out, and
5
think he's
seconds.
caught Patel. And looks like Caesar Willard will get the he was going to get the next podium spot, but that has bridged the gap there for Easty, as we're on board with him for the lead here. But he's going to make the move. It's got to be here. I can't see him making the move there. So Easton goes wide. You almost lost it there, Easton. He's struggling now to hold on to this lead. He's going to just about do it, but he is really taking it easy this final few corners. There's a 5-second penalty there for corner cutting for Hudson. Hudson's going to be absolutely fuming that he's dropped out of the points here on the final lap. As we come round the final corner, it looks like he just about holds on for the victory there, Easton. Easty comes home in third place as Caesar Wizard sneaks through, but will Easty hold on for the final podium spot? I believe he will, as Milan will come home in fourth. Quirky Turtle will come home in fifth. Amazing day for the McLaren team. And Corey Marshall in sixth. Crazy Fish in seventh. Evo in eighth. Unity Hash will sneak 2 points there for Ferrari, and looks like Grunty will come home there in 10th. Caesar Word joins the party.
I'll let you do the podium talk, so I've invited everyone in.
Yeah, have you got everyone invited?
Yep. I've invited them all in.
Okay. Well, what an end to that race. That was a very entertaining race, and Easton comes home with the victory. Second place therefore Caesar Willard in the end through penalties, and Easty comes home in third. So yeah, what a race. And yeah, so we'll just wait for them all to get into the party, and then we will begin the interviews. As you see, Easton there winning here in Abu Dhabi for McLaren. Right, wait for the winner to come in. We'll start then with, I believe, Easty. Hello, Easty. Congratulations on your podium here today. Through penalties, you dropped down to P3, but you do get the podium. What a race to come back from the back of the field, really, and get that podium. I mean, numerous safety cars obviously spiced it up there at the end. I mean, you got that unfortunate 3-second penalty, but it was a brilliant fight between you and Easton at the end, and obviously Caesar Willard. I mean, just tell us about your race and how you feel it went for you. Yeah, it was a brilliant race from you. You kept out of trouble, and you just unfortunately got that 3-second penalty that cost you maybe one spot on this grid. But yeah, you've been showing some great pace all season. So yeah, it's looking good for you in terms of a championship fight, maybe. And yeah, we'll see you in Imola. How do you feel about Imola? Well, we'll see you in Imola, and congratulations on P3 here today. Well, we'll move on to P2 here today. Caesar with it. You had an amazing race, really. The alternate strategy possibly didn't help you.
Tell me about it.
And like I say, and obviously the qualifying, well, you were literally certain for pole, and then obviously that thing happened on the last corner. I mean, your luck there. I mean, you know, tell us about your race and obviously qualifying.
Yeah, qualifying was fun, wasn't it? Nah, sorry, I didn't care about quali because pace was good. So starting from P2 was good, and then it was just a gamble of mediums or hards, and when would the safety car come through. Yeah, that was good pace, to be fair. That was decent, but then, yeah, then I was on the hards. It was quite a straightforward race. It looked on paper very straightforward, but I was pushing every single lap. That was really not easy at all. And then, yeah, last lap, JJ Hudson spun on T3, about to run wide, lost time on P2, so I just had to give it all. It wasn't fun. But yeah, it's good. It was good fun, to be fair. It's good fun. Really enjoyed it thoroughly, and really happy because I didn't make a single mistake, I feel like. So yeah, that's good after Canada.
Well, just missed out on the one here today, and you know, Easton was very good today, and you know,
yeah, I couldn't know anything. I tried. I was hoping for his mediums to go off, but too many safety cars, and then that was it.
Yeah, we were saying in the commentary box that the first safety car helped you, but then the second two didn't help you because of the medium runners could just save their tyres and have such an advantage over you in the end. And, but like I say, I mean, P2, you've got to be happy with that. I mean, sorry.
I'm happy with that. I can't get more. Even if I started P1, I would have gone the same strategy. It doesn't change anything. So it doesn't change. I think P2 was the ultimate best I could have done today. So
you got to be happy with that. Imola next week?
No Imola next week. No Imola. I've got an endurance go-kart race next week, so I won't be here. I'll be back at 10. So not here next week. Sorry.
Okay. We'll see you the following week, hopefully then.
I'll see you in 2 weeks then. Yes.
Yeah. So
thank you. Thanks a lot, everyone. Race.
Thank you very much.
Have fun, everyone, and see you in 2 weeks. All right.
All right. Bye.
See you in a bit. Bye bye.
All right, we'll move on to our race winner here today for McLaren, and I am a very happy person here today. I'm not going to be saying I'm unbiased here, but yes, over to our race winner. Congratulations, Easton, got the win here today. How do you feel your race and qualifying went here today? And you know,
perfectly.
Yeah,
couldn't have gone any better if I tried.
Yeah.
Qualifying was good. I got that lovely double throw from the Williams, so thanks for to Crazy.
Yeah, we saw that.
And
Checks in
yeah,
the rail.
did mess up the last sector slightly, but we still got bold. And then obviously I started in the hards when most of the top 8ish started on the mediums. So I was just saying in my party, we're going to use the medium tyre runners just to try and pull away from the other hard tyre runners. So when they eventually pit, I have a solid gap, and I done that. Stuck with Vettel, Caesar, and Pigeon. Then obviously the safety car happened. Yeah, and I just knew I had to get past Caesar as soon as possible when that came in, and I've done that, and then I just controlled it from there.
Yeah, I mean that strategy helped you so much in that race with the hard to medium strat. It just. But the safety cars and all that must have kind of disrupted your race a little bit, and sort of maybe almost lose your concentration almost. But you did well and got the victory here today.
Yeah, I got it for Caesar.
Yeah.
I was hoping that safety cars never happened, because I feel like we could have actually battled for the win on track, because he was really quick today. Probably quicker than me, to be honest with you. He was really quick on those mediums.
Yeah, because like I say, we were saying that if it would have come very close at the end, because like I say, his tyres were starting to come good and yours would have been starting to fade, but like I say, the safety car kind of help you really. And but like I say, you got there in the end and got the victory, so that's basically the start of your season, really. No, I mean, you can move on now and start,
yeah, hopefully.
start to put on a good run now, because I mean,
Yeah, hopefully,
your
as I said in the McLaren chat, I'll have a good few races coming up for me. Maybe not everyone next week, but that's a different story.
yeah, because like by your standards, you haven't had the best starts to the season, but like I say, I mean, this could be the launching pad now for you. And how are you feeling for Imola?
Despise the track.
Yeah,
Absolutely hate it.
yeah, I don't like it.
It's also ideal the fact that I think I'm now third, and
Yeah.
because Hudson never scored and Muddy wasn't here tonight, I gained 25 points on them. So that should catapult me right up behind them.
Well, good day all around for McLaren here today, because
Yeah.
Quirky got I think P6 in the end, did he?
5, I think.
Or 5, even better. So yeah, so good day all around. But like I say, congratulations here today on the base victory, and that is your Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for Tier 1. So tune in tomorrow where we have Tier 2 with, I believe, Days and Mando.
Yes,
So
you do.
yeah, so he'll be back tomorrow as a co-commentator with Days, and tune in for that.
Thank you all for watching. I am your co-commentator, XDG Mando 1992, and your main streamer tonight was Stars Orphan. Once again, thank you very much for joining. I will see you all tomorrow, and have a good evening all.